Hello! Welcome back to part 3, the Fiat Coupe 20V rebuild.
Look how clean that is. That is clean. It looks nice and clean in here too. So my bin bag idea worked and prevented the egress of foreign objects, spiders and the like. So I need to know, did I change these bearings or not? Let's get the plugs out first. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put these in the coil packs because they're numbered. I know which one's which. Plug number 1. Not too bad, is it? Again, very nice clean looking plug. You'd imagine it should turn over fairly easily. Belt doesn't sound too happy, if I'm honest. Other than that, it's making compression noises. There's a bit of noise from the oil pump. Yeah, that belt's in pretty good, pretty reasonable condition, I gotta say. Let's get number 4 journal undone and have a look at that. It's about 11, I think, 11 mil. What a guess. See, I knew they were 11 mil. Yes, they are the brand new bearings that I fitted. Still nice and oiled. Crank journals looking excellent. I'm very happy. You know when it's been a couple of years since you've done something and you can't remember. I'm going to have to torque these. But I can't remember what the torque setting is off the top of my head right now. And I haven't got my torque wrench here, so I will need to do that. But what I think I do need to do, I think I need to keep this covered up so nothing else gets in it. I have found the bolts, don't drop them in the engine. Let me go and check the condition of the sump over there. I got another sump elsewhere in the workshop, but it's quite... You're back again, are you? But it's quite rusty in here, and I don't know what debris is falling in it. But it will do to protect the engine. Can I get it on with that bracket on? You know, that bracket might be in the way. Let's go for a retake without this bracket on. I'm going to take this off. The bolts were left in this, luckily, and I found it in the boot of the red one. I only put it on just because I found it and I was excited. Okay, so I've got all the 100% the right bolts. They look like they fit and they look like they've got sealant on them from being used as Sump bolts previously. I don't think this engine's ever been apart. There's nothing in the history about it coming apart. Why haven't I got enough bolts there? I've got one that's clearly not a Sump bolt. That'll do. Obviously I need to find some more. At least it'll stop debris from entering the engine. And I won't forget to do up number 4 bearing. I won't. I will torque it up and check. Oh no, look at the sump. I think it's a level sensor. Is it a level sensor or is it temperature sensor? I can't remember, but either way, it's damaged. I do have another one, pretty sure. Okay, so that looks like that goes on there. Excellent. This side is the oil return for the turbo. Excellent. Oil feed is still there. There is no banjo bolt for the turbo, but I think that will be one. Yeah, that fits. Excellent. So then I'll go in the turbo. Awesome. So it turns over. It's got new big ends in it. Awesome. It's got a sump back on. Even better. So now what I want to do is turn it back over. I'm going to have to back over the other way because the thermostat housing hits the thing. So I'm going to have to move you. This bracket is obviously everything's going to get cleaned up a little bit before we continue. But you know, everything does look pretty good, pretty reasonable. I've got the bolts somewhere. It's now time to see what fits. We've got oil coming out of here. Interesting. Protrusion with these bolts is a big factor. Also, so let's look at the longest one I've got and see if it fits. It does fit. Let's look at the next longest one I've got. That also does fit. That one's not quite so long. That fits. Oh, this is looking good, people. Yes. Now what I want to do is not tighten any of those up. This bracket's quite heavy. Okay, right. So if I let all them bolts drop through, you see one of them is sticking out further than the others. That one's not much. Those three look alright, and that one looks too long. So I'll swap that out. Okay, right, they all stick out the same amount. Apart from that one. That's not enough. Let me do you a close-up. This is also an original equipment oil filter. Okay, so these bolts go into the crankcase. Those two, those three. I think that's the issue, the one with the issue, because it will hit the balancer shaft and lock the engine up if you are not careful. There is also a dowel which is missing on this, which lives in there, which I managed to find in another engine I've got. It's quite a precision fit. If I just beaten the end over with this bracket, it should be alright. Well, that's good. Good news that all seems to have worked out. Okay, this does need a clean. I'm just going to pop it down there for now. I also need an engine mount because that one's not good. So as you can see, it's looking a lot better. We've got an engine. We've also got a gearbox over there with a Visco drive still in it, so that's also good. I need a clutch. I maybe need a new slave cylinder, perhaps. But yeah, we're getting there. It's getting there. Now my plan is to put this back together, put the car back together with all the bits I've got, find out why it doesn't start, because it won't, see what else I'm missing, weld that front chassis up, no big deal, that's just a quick patch on there. The rest of it I think is okay. That's about it really. The most difficult part's going to be the looms, the loom swap inside, where somebody has cut the dash loom out. I've got to swap all that out.
Next time, whose idea was this? Whose was it?
Just so I can look back on this and say, why on earth did I try to do this?